If you feel like the truth is being kept from us, know that you're not alone. I'm Detective Ozma, and my mission is to dig up the evidence behind the mysteries they want to bury. Today, I'm opening a file that unfolded in broad daylight, in front of hundreds of witnesses, and yet somehow left almost no official trace behind. April 6, 1966. Late morning. A suburban schoolyard in Melbourne, Australia. Students are outside during recess when something appears in the sky above them. It isn't a distant light barely visible at night. It isn't a single witness story told years later. It is mid-morning. Clear visibility. And more than 200 students and teachers looking up at the same object. Within minutes, a normal school day becomes something no one present would ever forget. When I opened the case file, the pattern became clear. Evidence 1, the mass sighting. At approximately 11:20 a.m., students from Westall High School and Westall State School reported seeing a silvery object moving across the sky. Multiple witnesses later described it as disc-shaped, metallic, and roughly twice the size of a car. Some said it had a slight dome on top and rounded features underneath. Science teacher Andrew Greenwood later described the object as silver-gray and tilting as it moved, as if revealing different surfaces while rotating. According to witness accounts, the object maneuvered in ways they did not associate with conventional aircraft. It reportedly moved silently, changed speed abruptly, and descended toward a nearby open field known as the Grange. This was not a single observer misinterpreting something in isolation. Dozens, possibly hundreds, later maintained that they saw the same thing. Evidence 2, the descent and the clearing. As the object moved behind a line of pine trees bordering the field, many students ran toward the area to get a better view. Several later claimed they saw the object hovering low or touching down briefly in a grassy clearing. One student, Marilyn Smith, later stated that she was terrified, describing the object as round with a raised top section and rounded shapes underneath. Others recalled feeling sudden heat or hearing a faint buzzing sound as it hovered. Some students reported that after the object departed, a circular patch of flattened or discolored grass was visible in the clearing. These claims come solely from witness testimony. No official forensic examination of the site was ever publicly documented. After roughly 20 minutes from the initial sighting, witnesses say the object rose above the trees and accelerated away at high speed toward the northwest, disappearing from view. Evidence 3, the 5 aircraft. Multiple witnesses also reported seeing several small aircraft, commonly described as light planes similar to Cessnas, in the sky during the incident. According to their accounts, as many as 5 aircraft appeared to circle or approach the unidentified object, maneuvering sharply as if tracking or inspecting it. Some former students later stated they saw not just one object, but up to 3, a larger one accompanied by smaller ones, before all accelerated away. Official records from the nearby Moorabbin Airport indicated no scheduled aircraft in that airspace at the time, and the Royal Australian Air Force later denied any military activity in the area during the incident. However, no comprehensive official air traffic reconstruction was ever released publicly. Evidence 4, the immediate response. According to numerous former students and teachers interviewed years later, authorities arrived at the scene within approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Witnesses recall police vehicles and individuals described as military personnel present near the field. Some students stated that fire brigades were also seen in the area, possibly responding to reports of a crashed object. It is important to note that there are no publicly available official dispatch logs confirming the exact nature of the response. These details come from later recollections of those present. What is documented is that the school administration did not issue a formal public statement acknowledging an extraordinary event. Evidence 5, the silence. Many former students have consistently stated that shortly after the incident, they were instructed not to speak about what they had seen. According to several testimonies, the school principal allegedly dismissed the event and warned students against spreading rumors. Teacher Andrew Greenwood later recalled that students were strongly discouraged from discussing the incident publicly. No official report from the school has ever confirmed such instructions. However, multiple former attendees independently describe a climate of suppression in the immediate aftermath. Whether this was an attempt to prevent panic or simply to quell rumor is not officially documented. Evidence 6, the missing record. Perhaps the most unusual element of the Westall incident is not what was seen, but what was not recorded. Researchers who searched Australia's National Archives found no formal government report addressing the Westall sighting. The only contemporaneous public explanation came from a newspaper suggestion that the object may have been a weather balloon launched earlier that morning from Melbourne. The weather balloon explanation remains the closest thing to a conventional account. However, witnesses argue that the reported maneuvers, including rapid directional changes and vertical ascent, do not match typical balloon behavior. Decades later, researchers uncovered information about a classified high-altitude balloon program known as Project Hybel, active in Australia during the 1960s. These large silver balloons were tracked by aircraft and used for atmospheric research. Some speculate that Westall could have involved such a balloon drifting off course. This hypothesis has not been officially confirmed in connection with the incident. As I review the file, two primary interpretations emerge. The first is conventional. Students may have seen a weather balloon or experimental high-altitude device, misinterpreted its behavior under unusual conditions, and collective excitement amplified the event. The reported landing marks could have been unrelated ground disturbance. The arrival of authorities may have been routine precaution. Over time, memory and repetition could have reinforced the narrative. The second interpretation holds that something genuinely unexplained occurred that morning. Hundreds of witnesses describe consistent details. Multiple aircraft were reportedly present. A landing site was observed. Yet no official documentation exists acknowledging a significant aerial event. Some interpret the silence not as absence, but as deliberate omission. The Westall incident remains unresolved. There is no confirmed extraterrestrial proof, no recovered technology, no government admission. But there is also no comprehensive official explanation that satisfies every element of the case. What happened in that Melbourne field in 1966 remains suspended between record and recollection. I'm Detective Ozma, and I'll keep gathering every fragment, every voice, every piece of evidence they try to erase. Many stories get buried, but never forever. If you, or someone you know, has ever witnessed something unexplainable, leave your story in the comments. Or, if you'd rather stay anonymous, send it to the email pinned in the comments. Who knows, maybe the next file I open will be yours.